you want the true story of a wild turkey, we always go to the breast. Everybody points to the breast, but I think it's in reverse. What does the most work on these birds? And it's going to be in those legs and thighs. This thing is a marathon runner before it is supposed to fly. This thing will outrun just about anything that chases after it. I mean, it's one of the only bipeds that's out there. It can sprint. It can change direction. It has the ability to do that. And with that story is written into something that is super tight, something is super sinewy, but all of that translates into flavor and to taste. How do we capture that? It's going to be low and slow. If you start doing those things in the oven, 300, and you're cooking it just the way you would the breast, you're going to throw those things out forever because you're not going to harness the gelatin. You're not going to harness all of that velvety goodness that begins to soften as this thing is applied with low and slow moist heat. Those sinews that you hate, they start to relax. They start to begin to let go of it. And this doesn't happen fast. This happens over time. In your Dutch oven, in your crock pot, we're looking at 8 to 10 plus hours. You just went and found the big bad Tom who's been running for his life for the past year and a half. That's where all that is going to be harnessed, is in those legs and in those thighs. It's dark meat for a reason. That's that mitochondria. That's the work in there. That's the flavor that I want. That's the story of this bird's existence, is relegated into that dark meat. What's nice about the thigh, there's not near as much sinew on that. You can smoke a thigh. And I tell you what, dark meat has always been my favorite, but then when I've had the opportunity to help somebody out with their wild bird, to pluck it, to give them some pointers, and I'm gifted what they don't want, I think that's funny. It's kind of funny. But they toss me a leg or they toss me a thigh. That's exactly what I go to it. I brine that thing. I smoke it. I'll finish it in the oven. I'll cheat even. I'll put it in the oven where I have a little more control, let it rest, and then you just slice that thing thin. I can't think of a better springtime sandwich meal. Shoot. Well, instead of lettuce, the ramps that I'm laying right next to as I'm trying to hunt this bird, pop a few of those things, give them a quick saute, sprinkle those on top, then put your Sammy on with your mayo there. That's where that's going to be at. Smoked thigh is right up there, I think, with any tenderloin you could ever have. But
No
even
kidding.
those legs, just shred the meat out there. Shredded meat can be used for anything. It can be tacos. It can go into a pasta. It can go into another stew. Those are all those aspects of dark meat that can be used that I think are underutilized because it takes a little time and a little effort beyond the hunt. That's where that's going to lie. If you're able to give a little time after and to really play with that a little bit to allow the crock pot to do the work, you will be paid in dividends when it comes to getting the most out of a wild bird.